Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Happy Mother's Day. Today, na Sunday, number 14 day for this month of May 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Connie, Ambazonian FBI. Una welcome once more to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we navigate this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people across Ambazonia and the globe. I will start today with this wise saying. We talk say, when you lost your money, you don't lose nothing, because you always get money. But when you lost your health, you don't lose everything, because even that money, will bring you any joy. But when you lose your character, you don't lose everything, because character, now wait away, it define you. The character of every human being is so important that the Bible says that God finds character more interesting in us than anything, including even our faith, because the faith itself is supposed to build our character. Your character defines who you are. Those who seek to build you helps to build your character, and those who seek to destroy you helps to destroy your character, because money, health, joy, happiness comes and go, but character is what you take to the grave. From your time on earth, your character is very important, and make sure your character is defined. Character na way to way be. If you be na this kind person way, if you be na that kind person way, it defines who you are. As for me, I know who I am, I know what I'm living for, and that is the most important thing in life, and I wish the same applies to you. For this Mother's Day celebration, na the day way they honor mother of a family or individualism, where they don't play the motherhood role in the life of people and even in nations. The maternity bond a child have with the mother, or the umbilical cord a child have with the mother. Sometimes it is a visible one, sometimes it is invisible. This Mother's Day celebration is celebrated all over the world. In some countries in March, in others in May. The influence of a mother is the person who feeds you. That is your mother. That umbilical cord, that link you have from birth. It is an irreplaceable bond that a person can have with another human being. That influence, that characterize you, that identity that you turn behind and look and you say, this is my mother. I want to talk today to you about Ambazonia, our mother, the motherland of the Ambaz Bay. For the vast majority of our citizens, especially the millennia, we had never known about what Southern Cameroons or today's Ambazonia ever looked like or felt like. We look at it in the real. We were born into a system of colonialism. The vast majority of our citizens, more than 60%, were born when Paul Biya was the president of La République du Cameroon. But somehow, even within that Cameroonians, where we were marching on 20th May, singing the Cameroon national anthem on 11 February, watching their football team, celebrating the victory of the Lions Indomptable, the Indomitable Lions, loving Roger Milla and Samuel Eto'o's, deep within us, we always have a feeling of we do not belong here. The bond, that umbilical cord, was never there. We grew up once, like one of my sister, Dr. Emmanuel, would say, I grew up in a country and sing a national anthem just to realize one day that country was not mine. That anthem wasn't mine. But all along, we had that feeling of a distance. There is this famous song from the Song Choir where they sing that, oh, Southern Cameroon, Usa Udeo, this country, be my own. We ran there with La Republic, but we know somehow from the way they treat us, the way they talk to us, the way they consider us, that somehow we do not belong, we do not fit in. Somehow we were the outcasts, like a child who was sent into somebody's house, like an adopted child, and was never told it was an adoption. We went there, we thought they were our parents, we thought they were our sisters and brothers. Eventually, we realized that because we didn't fit in, indeed we have a motherland called Ambazonia. We have been mixed up in our history, mixed up in our politics, mixed up in our tribalism, but nevertheless, we know that we have a common bond of the former British Southern Cameroons that stems from Endele to John Gufoncha, from the Ambas Bay to Lake Nyos, Lake Wum, Lake Oku, Manu, Bai, Ikom. All of us, we felt we were one. We were being treated as one. They know we are one because we come from that mother womb. We come from that land that gave birth to these people of the Ambas Bay. In Cameroon, we used to be the West Cameroon. When they call us Northwest, Southwest, that West signify a geographical demarcation, geographical identity of a common people, the people of West Cameroon. Today, they say we are no so. Whatever name they call us, we have chosen for ourselves a name. Ambazonia, motherland, happy Mother's Day. Your children have come back home and realized their identity. Fellow citizens, I've had several conversations with a lot of people I never even thought I could have their number, let alone having conversation with them. The Americans, as expressed by Ambassador Thibaut Nagy, that we, Ambazonia, should not look at the ray. That means we will not begin look for the mirror way there for corner moto, for look where the camp way and pass for back. But we will begin focus for look in front the moto, for look our future. How will the future Ambazonian look like? I've had several conversations. In every case and in every scenario, I've explored, I've thought, in every consideration I've made about my role as a son of Ambazonia, that I've spoken your language, that I've bring your struggle closer to you, that I've listened to the story of Ambazonians from village to village, neighborhood to neighborhood, discover friends and bonds with old people, young people. One of my mother, I call her my mother in Bafut. I've never seen her face, but we have been chatting for years on WhatsApp. She recently gave me the name Monui. Monui means, I guess anybody from Bafut will know the meaning of that name. He said, today I will be calling you Monui. Monui, my son. The women across Miselele that I've come to know. One of the teachers whose hands was chopped off because she was working in CDC. And many of them, the Ambazonian soldiers, the ones in Com, the ones in Baipanya, the generals, the unknown soldiers, the ones who have been killed. Talk and Do, and the infamous Kabila, a boy from Bafmen. I've never seen his face. He will call me and he will cry. He say, Capo Daniel, give me gun. Capo Daniel, I want join fight. Capo Daniel, I want join ADF. Capo Daniel, I will go join Arake. Capo Daniel, I will go fight for I will go do this one. And for years and years, I have listened to his audios until he was finally killed. He finally picked up guns, and arrested 2 Fulani, part of their militias that have been terrorizing the people of Bafmen. He ended up gunning down one of them, and eventually he was also captured and killed. I've never seen his face. I only have the legacy of my communication with him. I've walked village by village, town by town, listened to stories, speak for people, and it has shown me the bond we have with each other as Ambazonian, that identity. And I look on the enemy and their plot of Joseph Owona and some few Francophones, even in people who have never visited our land, the plan of Ferdinand Gongo, Atanganji Paul, to destroy the monument of Afreseka in downtown, let me call it even Limbe, or whatever you choose to call it, Victoria. There was a plan to destroy the Afreseka monument, and it was brought to my attention, and they were disguising it as they want to rebuild the seaport in Tiku. But the first plan was to demolish and remove from Ambazonia the Afreseka monument. And I raised the alarm, and the people who knew about it were very, very happy. And some of them contacted me, and some of them just sent anonymous messages that we were very happy for that message, and it has stopped this thing. Why do they go after things like Afreseka monument? It is to destroy the character of Ambazonia. What makes us a people? Our character, the character of our nation, are the monument of our past, is our history. Our umbilical cord is the journey of our borders, the demarcation of our borders, the administration of our homeland, the currency we used, our history, our historic figures, our monuments are the umbilical cord that binds us to our past. For Ambazonia to lose money, it means nothing. For us to lose our health, to lose our comfort, to lose our sense of security during this period of war, we lose something. But even more dangerous is the fact that we can lose our character, the character of Ambazonia. What defines us? The people of intelligence, the people of character and discipline. We used to pride ourselves as being the Anglophones, Anglo-Saxon people, the people who inherited the common law system of thinking, where nobody is guilty until found or proven or charged and found guilty in a court of law. A people who were methodic in their thinking, a people who go out for clean-up campaign, a people who do know your neighbor, a people who gives a helping hand to the widow, a people who clean after themselves, a people of nobility, whose civil servants were indeed saving their population with passion, love, and a sense of national duty. We have been robbed of our character by the so-called virus of La République du Cameroon that have been introduced into our system. A system of corruption, a system of man no man, a system of dictatorship where no opinion matter, no opposition is tolerated, every dissent is crushed, blind loyalty is demanded for a handful of CFA, dollars, or whatever you may call their currency. A system where the president is called the father of the nation, Papa for nation, where all man need to go beg and bow for Papa before he could give so much of money for house, who could take him to go like beggars. The character of a nation. What is La République du Cameroon? Now, there's some people that they call and say Biarism. A country of Bia, poor Bia, a name you cannot call in public, a character you cannot criticize, you cannot condemn. Just the mention of his name will get you killed in his own country. You have to put on the CPDM Kaba for you to live in peace or belong to La République du Cameroon. You must belong to that occultic group, that sect called the CPDM. If you are not, or you are the Maurice Kamtos, then you are the outsiders. You are the Bamilekes, a country of assassination of characters of others, assassination of political opponent, rival. As a matter of fact, there is no rival in that country. It is a one-man show. A country where the constitution is a sham, where the budget of the state is never been accounted for. Nobody knows what goes in, nobody knows what goes out. And of course, that is the breeding birth of nepotism, tribalism, where a man no man is the chop for that pot. If you know no man, then you need to become a blind follower of that CPDM occultic party. We have seen the result of dictatorship. We have seen the people who have died, those who have been murdered. We have seen the result on the streets of Yaoundé, where it stinks like the toilets behind schools in Ambazonia. We have seen it in Ezeka. We have seen it in the behavior of Ambazonians, the people they call minority. With their permission, a bomb was tested in Lake Nyos that wiped away entire villages. It is that system that has permitted and give the moral authority to persecute a brutal war of subjugation against Ambazonia. They want us gone because we have challenged the very existence of that same oligarchy, or call it the gang of Pobia, the character. Like I started today, I will conclude again with the same saying. When you lose your money, you lose nothing. When you lose your health, you lose something. When you lose your character, you lose everything. Happy Mother's Day. Capo Daniel, signing off, signing out, looking out for you.